This is Single-Pak Link. To learn more about the Gameboy Advance Single-Pak multiplayer functionality, such as how to connect compatible games with GBA link cables, be sure to check out my how-to video, link in the description. Revenge of the Smurfs, a PAL-exclusive Smurfing GBA game, features 5 Smurfable Single-Pak linkable minigames. Unlike the Smurf-hating regions of America and Japan, the Smurfs were still deemed popular enough in Europe by 2002 to justify releasing this licensed IP. Designed for younger Smurf players, these minigames are more like Smurfing tasks if you ask me. By default, the only Smurfing minigame available is the Frogger berry collecting clone. And by the way, none of these Smurfing games have official names. They're just indicated with the small Smurfing screenshot icon, and there's no instructions, so players just need to Smurf their way through it. The goal is to Smurf from log to log and reach the far side of the screen, stupidly hit the R button to pick up a Smurf berry, then jump down towards the screen and drop that Smurf berry off in your basket, again by hitting R. Outside of a Smurf-hating porcupine and occasionally poorly timed logs, there isn't much to this Smurf berry collecting simulator. If you want to unlock the remaining Smurf-based minigames, you can either Smurf your way through the single-player campaign, or you can Smurfily input the code 75313 in the options screen to unlock everything. The second Smurfing game is like a bad side-scrolling version of Donkey Kong 3. The goal is to protect the Smurf berries that sprout from the flowers by spraying the bugs with Smurf spray. This game sucks because there's no indication of the bugs as everything happens off-screen and it's very unfair to the player. The third Smurf has Smurfs jumping on floating apples to collect falling nuts and cakes, but you need to avoid the falling presents. How in the Smurf does that make any sense? Why Smurf the player into thinking that presents are bad and will blow up if you touch it? The Smurf doesn't stand still on the moving apples either, so the whole thing is just a pile of Smurf. The fourth Smurf is a poor man's balloon trip, and it took me a few tries to figure out what the Smurf you're supposed to do. You actually need to mash the B button to gain acceleration, then use up and down on the D-pad to steer, avoiding Smurf birds and collecting Smurf stars along the way. Instead of being a cool power-up, the air puff boost icons make the Smurf fly faster, which actually makes it easier to crash. Smurf this. The final Smurf is the Smurfiest of them all because the stupid exploding presents are back. Only this time you need to toss them at this Smurf bird awkwardly using the R button. These exploding Smurf boxes need to be cooked for a couple seconds like grenades, otherwise they won't explode when the bird flies by. It's just another minigame that Smurfs the Smurfing Smurf. None of these minigames have music, which is probably a good thing because I wanted to shoot myself in the face listening to the Smurf theme song when loading the games from the main menu. GBAs must be restarted when switching games, and why is the R shoulder button used to perform the main action? Perhaps Smurfs can't hold the GBA properly with their tiny blue hands, so they need to hit the R button instead of the A button? Also, I didn't realize Smurfs were capable of revenge. Seriously, I thought these tiny half-naked blue things were these nice little forest creatures, not revenge-seeking monsters. But let me know what you think. How much Smurf do you Smurf? Have you ever Smurfed a Smurf? What do you think about Smurfs getting revenge with exploding presents? And what about Smurfing the Smurfing Smurfs? Let me know in the comments. Smurf. And if you hated this Smurf-based Single-Pak Link coverage, be sure to check out my entire GBA Single-Pak playlist because every other game is not Smurf-related and not filled with dumb Smurf jokes. Until next time, thank you for watching and Smurf on.